Hey guys, thanks for coming to my channel for yet another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the American Horror Story Season 8 Apocalypse. American Horror Story starring Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Kathy Bates, Adina Porter, and a whole bunch of your other AHS returning favorites. The Apocalypse season is a crossover between two previous seasons of American Horror Story, two of my favorite seasons, the one about the house and the one that's about the witches, the coven. Those are some of my two favorite seasons of American Horror Story, going back to like the original, like the first couple seasons before American Horror Story became as popular as it is and kind of start to lose its flair. And so they're kind of going back to the basics, going back to the original. It almost kind of felt like, to me, the season felt like as if it was going to be like the last season of American Horror Story. We know that it's not, because there's a new season that's on TV right now. Even though this season just got released to Netflix, there's a new season on TV right now, so we know it's not the last one. But with it being a crossover, bringing back some of the other seasons of American Horror Story, kind of felt like it was just like wrapping everything, those two storylines up, and it just kind of felt like this is the end. But it was Apocalypse, so I kind of feel like why I felt like this is the end. A lot of the previous seasons that have been coming on, like, I haven't really been able to watch all the way through. I haven't really been getting excited about American Horror Story as much as I did when the first couple seasons were out, because like even like the season with the hotel, like I barely even watched a couple episodes of that. It just didn't keep my interest in as much. And so I was really glad to see like this one going back to the basics and like having some of my favorite characters, some of my favorite storylines back in the show. And that, for that reason, that's what really kept me for watching all the way through, because I really wanted to know what happened. If you love American Horror Story and you've been watching it from the beginning, you're gonna really love to see some of your favorite characters. Like, of course, we always see the same people playing different characters, but just seeing the witch coven back in action and seeing the crazies that happened in that house and all the deaths in there and things that happened there and the storylines that happened within that house and that season would be really, it's just in how they intertwine and how it all relates and how it all like kind of have both like are in the same universe, because like you kind of think of these to be in two different universes, two different places, not happening anywhere at the same time, but to see that these characters are all in the same universe, it was pretty cool. And seeing them interacting with each other was pretty cool. One thing that I didn't really like, and like is something that can be avoided because of how American Horror Story is set up, is because we have in these crossover of seasons, we know that the same people play different characters each season. So you have multiple we have in an episode one person playing multiple different characters, and yes, they have different costumes and different hair colors and different looks, but it's still like you still know that they're the same person, and it's just more obvious. They just being so established and so accomplished, like cinematography is not something that I ever have to really worry about, especially with it being like a horror series. They do a lot of things with the lighting that really makes it scary. They do a lot of things with the cinematography, different angles, different camera movements. It's always something different, and in each scene and each take there's always a new look, a new feel, and but that's something that is to be expected because of where American Horror Story is and how it's grown. But there were a lot of like unanswered questions at the end, a lot of plot holes, things that were added just to fill time, because this season was kind of poorly paced. There was a lot of wondering what's gonna happen next. There was a lot of sitting. It was like kind of got really slow in the first couple of episodes until you realize that it is a crossover episode, and you're like, oh my gosh, how this all relates or whatever. And just how we start off in the future, which is the present, but then go back to we start in the past, but go to the future, but then go back to the past. And like for a couple episodes we're still stuck in the past so deeply that you almost can forget that you even had it's like the storyline changes completely. Like it's discards the whole first couple episodes and starts this whole nother thing, but it was still related because it goes back to tell you how it was related. And so that was interesting, but the ending was horrible. It was very disappointing. It was unbelievable. It was unrealistic. It really felt like they were just like pulling strings from all ends to try and tie it up together to make sense. But like, if it was reality, like a lot of the things that happened in the ending would not have really happened in real life. I really felt like the writers were just pulling from thin air, like, yeah, we're just gonna make this happen, this happen, this happen, and like it's just gonna work. We're just gonna make it work. Like, it's like they knew what their end goal was gonna be, but they didn't know how they was gonna get there, and so they just started pulling things from wherever, characters from wherever, doing whatever to just make sure they got to their end goal. And it was just like, really, like the last 2 episodes, I really found myself asking, like, really, like that's what y'all chose to do? Like, okay, you know. They did really well with releasing exposition. Like, there was not a time where I felt like I was being overloaded with information for no reason. Whenever they did give us information, it felt very natural. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like it was a lot of not needed information, and they did really good by giving us the information and as the audience that we needed to understand what was about to happen. But it was always like prompted. If you plan to watch this season, you must watch the season about the house and the season about the covenant, and that's just period, because if you don't, you will not know. Once we get really into the season, you will not know what is going on, and you won't really care to know, because like, you would have to know those characters and know what they've been through already to understand what they're going through now. And so I really do recommend that if you haven't seen those seasons, go back to the beginning, watch those seasons, and then come back to this one, so they can all like fit and you can like care more about what's going on. American Horror Story, the last couple seasons have been a little bit off for me, but this was definitely a season that you can watch all the way through. If you love American Horror Story, if you love those two seasons, I definitely recommend that you watch it. I myself would give this a B-, just because what really kept me through this season was my love for the other 2 seasons, because it got kind of boring, but it's definitely watchable. It's definitely interesting enough, so I'll definitely say that you all should watch it if this is your type of thing. So yeah, thanks for checking out my channel. Thank you for watching this review. Sorry that it came a little bit late. I definitely would like for you to guys like, comment, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting videos every Sunday. Check out some of my other videos on my channel right now if you haven't seen those movies or TV shows. And yeah, spread the word, let people know. I appreciate you all, and thanks for coming.